y'all. Welcome back to the dollhouse. I am the doll. Today I am talking about something that I realized while watching a series of TikTok videos. I realized that no matter how badly men lie, there's always going to be someone to blame the woman for believing his lies. And usually it's another woman. Like, oh, girl, you should have known he wasn't no good. See, that's a red flag right there. I would never. As if they have never experienced being lied to by a man. I was listening to a series of videos posted by a TikToker named Reesa Teesa. Now, I don't have TikTok, so I was exposed to her story through Maria David's channel here on YouTube. And Maria posted a video that was all about, the things women fall for when they are desperate. I'm going to put a clip in.
Let's go ahead and watch the videos together, and I'll be back at the end of the video.
Okay, so things that my pathologically lying ex-husband lied about. He said everything I wanted to hear. Love bombing 101. This man wrote the book. So he talked to his brother every day. He talked to his friends every day in front of me. He would be on the phone laughing, cutting up, cracking jokes, telling them, hey, she said, hey, just having conversation, like a normal conversation. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until he got kicked out of my house in June of 2021 that I found out every single phone call was made up. He made up every phone call. He had no friends, but yet every phone call would be my friend this, my friend that. The second lie, his job. He told me when I first met him out the gate that he was a VP at his company. He had been transferred from California to Georgia, and he was in the process of, getting himself settled. He was looking to buy a house. His job was VP of a major condiment company. I won't say the name because I don't want to get sued. But he said that his job was VP at that company. It is fair to note he paid every bill. He paid all the bills. He gave me spending money. Even though we were quarantined, locked down in my little townhouse, again, this story was always he's trying to buy a house. So when we got together, it was we need to buy a house together. This is forever. We're going to have a family. Let's go ahead and find a house. So the lie is that he was a VP at his company. And he maintained that lie every day. Truth is, he was a temp. He called me from work all the time. I may have to make a different video to explain how he was able to lie with the work stuff. So he would call me and he would pretend to reprimand employees who couldn't see that he had a Bluetooth thing in his ear. He would pretend to reprimand them in front of me. He would pretend to take phone calls from the company president who needed his help on something. He forged emails that he showed me from the company president asking him, we need to get this up and running. We need to do this project. We need to do that. It is scary how brilliant he was and how much energy he put into the lie. But he was a temp. He was a temp forklift driver. There's nothing wrong with a forklift driver. But he was pretending to be a VP. So those are just some of the things that my pathological lying ex-husband did. There's so much more. I have severe PTSD.
I'll put links in the description box too, so you can go check out this woman's story. If you got a couple hours to kill and you want to hear about red flags that you might want to avoid, or just a relatable horror story. As I watched the video, I scrolled through the comments section, and of course there are negative comments about her being desperate, her being, willfully blind, how it could never be me. And it really upset me because men lie, women lie, people lie. And no one is 100% clairvoyant when they're interacting with someone else. Corporations lie, the government lies. I mean, we humans are not immune from being susceptible to being lied to. So I guess there's always someone that's waiting in the wings to victim blame. But it annoyed me seeing that, and I wanted to comment on it. And if you catch yourself doing it, just have some empathy, because especially with another woman in a relationship scenario, have empathy, because if you've ever been in a relationship, you know how hard it is to predict what a person will do years down the line, how they will change, how circumstances can change. And even when you're upfront and you are just meeting, you never can tell how a person will be lying because you don't really know them that well. And for her situation, people may say, oh, well, she shouldn't have married him that quickly. They shouldn't have moved in that quickly. It's never a problem to move quickly when things work, because it works all the time. My mom and my stepdad been married almost 30 years now. Got engaged after 2 weeks. The new trophy wife, YouTuber, she met her husband on a dating app, and they were engaged before they even met in person. And she's living a lovely hypergamous life. So it is only negative, or it's only a red flag when the person is loving on you and it doesn't work. The thing is that sometimes it does work. It works often. It works often enough for women to be hopeful. And even if you have centered yourself in your life and have decentered men, you may still want a partner in a family, someone to, be involved with that is more than just a friend. Having your desire is perfectly natural. And I think that, we should be more empathetic in scenarios like this one. So I know this is a short video, but it's really all about being fooled and getting blamed for being fooled. I have been fooled in love, especially when I was young, especially as a younger woman in my 20s. Fooled by someone who I can say for sure lied. He was lying about going to work. So I have a similar story. He would leave every day and go somewhere, but it definitely wasn't to work. It was just a problem. But I understand, after that, after so many times, so many lies, you have invested so much energy that you might be willing to spend more time. That's the thing about it. Being lied to and being hopeful, that's a combination that will waste time and energy. So, yes, ladies, look out for lies, and recognize that when you're in the middle of a situation, it may be hard to see what's happening. So you can pull yourself back a little bit if you feel discomfort. If he's trying to press forward, just say, let's take a little minute to think. I need some time to think about it. Take time to think to yourself, and vetting is important. Mina, the universe guru, she mentions how in her culture they want to see bank records.
We check a man's assets before saying yes to a proposal. This actually matches our evolutionary history, and this is something that I have all of my clients and students do before saying yes to a proposal. You want to make sure that the man is who he says that he is, that everything checks out. He has assets, he has a house, he is ready to provide. This shows a man's readiness for marriage.
That would save people so many headaches. And it's the man that provides the bank records in her culture because the same as in most cultures, men pay the bills. So, you know, her husband, Mina's, provided them and they've been married happily ever after. And I do feel like a man who's serious about marrying you will show you documents. But as in the case of this poor woman, Reesa Teesa, as you can see, if you listen to the whole story, he would give documents. He would falsify documents. So, I mean, the scams go on and in different directions. How, you know, so what do? You stay prayerful, yes, meditative, creative, in your life, enjoying your life in the fullness of your life, and not being quick to move unless you're 100% sure. Not to overcommit, not to put yourself at risk. One thing that she did was find herself pregnant. They were in quarantine together. She got pregnant quickly and she was under stress. And there was a lot of moving parts to her getting married. Not getting married, moving in with someone, getting pregnant, losing a baby, getting engaged. Well, getting engaged, losing the baby, and then having everything unravel. And some people live in situations like this and they never leave the spouse. They stay. So at least she was wise enough to get out before she experienced too much injury. So let this be just a cautionary tale and me asking for you to be empathetic when you see stories like this, because I don't think anyone is above being lied to. Some people may be quicker to sniff out the liars, and you know, sometimes you just don't know. So I appreciate you for stopping by. If you made it all the way to the end, like the video, it lets me know that you care. Bye, dolls.